So you have asked a question that how would we find sum of a series like this, and of course in case it is convergent. So I'm going to go a little slowly and first write the first few terms of the series. So first I'm going to write the first term, and that is just to substitute n equals 1 in here. Then we will have the second term. Okay, let me get there quickly. So for the second term, what we shall have, just instead of 1 we shall type in 2, and here is what we get. And then after that, I think in this case, since the situation is easy, we can write it out more easily. That is, we are right here. This is negative 1 to the 0, that is 1. This is e to the power 0, that is also 1. And this, of course, will be pi square. And then this would be negative 1 because this is negative 1 to the power 1. And this will simply be e. And then we got pi to the 4, for instance. And let me erase this here. And then we know it's just going to progress like this, that we will have the signs alternate, and then here we will have an e square, and this would be pi squared to the 3, that is pi to the 6. So what we realize is this, that this is a geometric series, and the first term is how much? 15 over pi square, and the common ratio is, of course, if you divide this term by the previous term, let's do that without much further ado. And you can see the cancellations will show that the common ratio is how much? First of all, in the common ratio, we will have a negative sign. Okay, so we got a negative sign here. 15s will cancel. And then we simply get the common ratio as how much? E over pi square. Okay, and of course that with a negative sign here. Okay, and notice this, that if we look at the absolute value of this, this is this common ratio is less than 1 in absolute value. So what you conclude here is that the series is convergent, and it's a convergent geometric series, and so you want to find its sum. So the rest of the calculations are going to be a little straightforward. So remember this, that if this is a convergent geometric series, that is the common ratio is less than 1, then the sum turns out to be what? The series converges to the first term divided by 1 minus the common ratio. So what do we have here? We have the first term equal to 15 over pi square. So the sum is going to be the first term, right? And then divided by 1 minus the common ratio. And what is the common ratio here? The common ratio is this. Okay, so actually I'm not doing a very good thing. Let me just go ahead and write the simplification down here instead of making that area too crowded. So we got this, and then rest we will just do some algebra or whatever you want to call it. All right, so we have 15 over pi square, and then this becomes negative. Negative would be positive, so we got e over pi square here, and then you have, and you can do this on the in the denominator if you would like. You can take you can simplify that by taking pi square as common denominator. So what this will become is that, and I'm just going ahead and simplifying it. You didn't have to, the value is available right here. Now pi squares will cancel in the denominator, and your answer would be 15 over pi square plus e as the limit that it converges to, or informally the sum of that series. All right.